Women's tennis is officially in a new era, the Iga Świątek era. But how good is Iga Świątek really? Since Serena Williams' last major in 2017, there have been 15 different major winners on the WTA Tour, with most of them being first-time champions, and really only Ash Barty and Naomi Osaka have come close to dominating the tour in these years. But all that has changed now because amid the inconsistencies and with previous stars fading into the background, Iga Świątek stands out as both the present and the future of the women's game. The Polish world number one has been able to dominate everyone else. Here's how she established herself in the game. Let's quickly take a look at the different elements in her game to see what makes Iga special. Quite frankly, her serve isn't really a weapon. Although she is 5'9" tall, which is about the same height as Serena Williams and Steffi Graf, Iga's serve doesn't quite have the pace of these legends. But what she has is a unique thought process that allows her to add lots of variety on her serve. She possesses an effective kick that she can either hit to the ad or deuce chord, as well as a slice serve to the forehand. This year, Iga has been able to win 70% of points on her first serve, an impressive 55% on her second serve, and almost 82% of her service games. Only Caroline Garcia, Aryna Sabalenka, and Elena Rybakina come close to her in that regard. And to think that this service isn't even her strongest area makes these stats look amazing. When it comes to return of serves, Iga comes out on top, winning over 50% of return points in her matches played, something no other active top player has done this year. Iga has a super aggressive return of serve thanks to her ability to anticipate balls. She likes to take the ball early and hit as hard as she can either cross court or down the line. Her hyper-aggressive approach often led to a high number of unforced errors in the past because she has been able to improve her winner to unforced error ratio. But even at that, her returning on grass remains the trickiest thing for the pole. Also, the fast grass courts favour big servers and flat hitters, none of which Iga exactly has. However, the fact that she won the Wimbledon Juniors in 2018 might instill some belief in her this time. One of the biggest factors in Iga's superior game is her forehand. Although she uses a Western grip, she hits the ball so hard that you'll notice. In the past, we've seen top players struggling to generate pace with such grip on their forehands, but not Iga. Her pace, coupled with a lot of spin on her forehand, sometimes makes you wonder how she'll fare on the ATP Tour. Just kidding. But really, her semi-open stance allows her to hit inside-out forehands in a way we haven't quite seen among other players on the WTA Tour. She tries to keep rallies as short as possible. On the other side is Iga's reliable backhand, which isn't her favourite wing, but still not bad by any standard. Her defence is exceptional, although it would be nice to see her adding the slice to it for more variety. With her ground strokes already doing the damage, Iga doesn't often go to the net to finish off points, but she isn't afraid to go when needed. And to round off Iga's complete game is her movement, court coverage, and intricate footwork. She must have gotten her enviable athletic genes from her father, Tomasz Świątek, who is a former Olympic rower. But one exciting aspect of Świątek's movement is the fact that she can slide on any surface. Sliding is difficult enough for many players on clay, but Iga does it better than anyone else on clay and even the gritty hard courts to produce effective and quick shot making. Interestingly, she doesn't have a favourite wing and can slide comfortably in any direction. But you'd be mistaken to think that it ends here because equally as important as the 22-year-old's physical game is her mind game. Psychological training is a big part of Świątek's game preparation, and it is why she travels with a psychologist. Previously an emotional player, Świątek has been able to block the noise around her and maintain a calm and composed demeanor under pressure. Even tennis legend Martina Navratilova was quick to comment on Iga's mentality, saying that she is exceptional when it comes to staying in the moment and not panicking. Unlike before, Iga is determined to win at all costs. Amid all the doubtful questions thrown at her, the Polish star is confident in her ability as the best in the game and simply lets her racket do the talking. But in all these, a lot of the credit goes to sports psychologist Daria Abramovic, a former competitive sailing athlete whom Świątek has been working with since 2019. She has helped the Polish star with focusing during matches, especially between points and games, rather than allowing her mind to wander. Iga's mental training regimen is so detailed that a psychologist combines digital and analog methods to optimize her performance. Also, Abramovic uses flashcards and puzzles to test Świątek's cognitive reaction time. It becomes obvious at this point that those match-winning performances we see on the screen are by no means a coincidence. The 22-year-old also admits that a part of her tenacity in the game has been inspired by Rafael Nadal and how his sheer resilience made a difference. In some ways, Iga's game might be similar to Rafa's. What do you reckon? Is it a coincidence that they both have more successes on clay and the US Open than on grass? Anyway, what does the future hold? Iga Świątek's game is different from everyone else, and she is certainly the future of the tour. But before now, there was a foreshadowing of what was to come. She won 7 consecutive finals on the ITF circuit between 2016 and 2018, and most of them were lopsided victories. She reeled off 12 sets in a row to win Junior Wimbledon in 2018 as an unseeded player and stated emphatically that her goal was to win all 4 Grand Slam tournaments. Yep, she was that focused even as a teenager. In 2020, and as world number 54, Świątek shocked the world by winning her first Grand Slam title at Roland Garros in dominant fashion. Iga won all 7 of her matches in straight sets and without losing more than 4 games in any set. She had already made a statement at this point. The following year, 2021, Iga won 36 matches, and 31 of them, or about 86%, in straight sets as she broke into the top 10. And we all know what she did in 2022, winning 67 matches, 75% of which were in straight sets. Between mid-February and early July, and for about 135 days, Iga won 37 consecutive matches, which is the longest on the WTA Tour this century. Last year, it looked like Iga was given the world number 1 on a platter after top-ranked Ash Barty unexpectedly retired. But it is obvious for everyone to see that her skills have kept her on top for the last 65 weeks. At some point in 2022, Iga had over 11,000 points, and her closest rival in second place didn't even have half of her ranking points, despite Iga playing fewer tournaments than most of the top 10 players. The 22-year-old has now won 14 WTA titles, 4 majors, 3 French Opens, and the US Open. She is the first player to win consecutive French Open titles since Justine Henin. Between 2005 and 2007, the youngest woman to complete the Sunshine Double, and has joined Monica Seles and Naomi Osaka as the only women in the Open era to win each of their first 4 Grand Slam finals. Some fans keep suggesting that Iga wouldn't have been so dominant if Ash Barty didn't retire, but I don't think so. The Polish star has made a strong case for why she not only deserves a world number 1 ranking, but why she'll keep dominating for a long time. The genius in Iga doesn't reveal itself in an instant. She isn't exactly a physical freak, neither is she a flamboyant risk taker. Her technique is more compact. The way she constructs points, gradually pushing opponents out of their comfort zone, is astonishing. But perhaps the biggest secret to Iga's dominance is the fact she's extremely passionate. In a sport that drags athletes in 1,000 directions, Iga has prioritized her mental health and has become the most ruthless and most complete player on the tour. She might not be the most popular, but Świątek is a player in full flight. She has the right attitude and a passion for the game and is only focused on getting the best from her tennis. Being a little awkward, camera shy, or lifting trophies in a funny way doesn't change the fact that Iga is an absorbing personality off the court. Sincere, endearing, and somewhat introverted, she might not immediately command attention, but as she continues to win the big tournaments and dominate the tour, it's only a matter of time before everyone gives her the respect that she truly deserves. As a student of the game, I'd love to see a more intense rivalry between Iga and other top 5 or top 10 players, because I'm kinda getting tired of the many breadsticks and bagels from Iga the Baker. This year, Elena Rybakina has had her number winning all 3 encounters so far, and Aryna Sabalenka defeated her at the WTA finals at the end of last year. But they will need to keep up with such performances if they are to stand a chance against the Polish star. With Serena Williams having retired from tennis, Iga Świątek looks like the player who could dominate for the next decade. Although there are many variables involved such as injuries, loss of form, personal circumstances, and the emergence of other players on the tour, Iga reigns supreme for now. But it's the end of the road for her idol. What happened to Rafael Nadal? We'll find out in this next video.